Good evening, this is Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker. We are in Ontario, Oregon, in the eastern part of the state, bordering right up against Idaho. We've already entered into the mountain time zone. And of course, we spent the last couple of days or so since Thursday. Well, let me rephrase. Tuesday, when we got into Troutdale, went and had lunch with my wife, with my daughter, and got to see the grandkids for a few brief minutes. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And then Wednesday we drove on over to Aurora, made delivery on Thursday in Woodburn, and spent Thursday afternoon and Friday with my friend in Lincoln City, my high school buddy. You've seen my post on that at the Shaving Cadre. Go over there and visit, subscribe, doesn't cost anything. And so let me introduce the equipment, and then I'll tell you the rest of the story about my daughter and the grandkids. All right, for my razor this evening, using a beautiful, I say beautiful to me, Taylor Eyewitness, and what's it say on the face there? Taylor's Master Barber. Taylor's Master Barber. And I love the grind on this thing. It's a 6/8 round point. I love the heel and stabilizers right in here, the way they got them ground just so beautifully. It had a terrible set of scales on it when I got it, so I sent it off to Glenn, GS6 Gun, gemstar.com to put some new scales on it for me. G10, I believe, is the material. I said I want elegant, traditional. I do not want postmodern or barbaric. You'll know what I mean by that. And so he did a fantastic job. Very happy with what he did. And that's several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, that he did that. As I say, I'm at the Love's Truck Stop in Ontario, Oregon, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm in shower room number 2, had a nice hot shower, but there's no hot water coming out of the faucet in the basin. I'm getting cold water in all positions, and I'm not happy. And so I gotta do a straight razor shave of cold water, and I'm not a cold water shaver, sorry. So we got the Simpson Chubby 3 Manchurian Badger shaving brush, and we're using the Tabac. All right, and I'm using, I don't know if I showed you, it don't matter much, but I'm just using one of Sterling Soap Company's plastic dishes. I've got 4, 5, 6 of those at home. You know, I can feel it, cold. To me, that is not the essence of a straight razor shave. You know, you go to a barber chair, right, get a shave. I've seen too many videos of this, and I've heard others talk about it, including Barber Dave. And that is, you know, hot towels and hot oil prep and all the stuff they do in prep for a straight razor shave. Nowhere in any of those descriptions have I heard cold water. I've always heard hot water. Occasionally you'll hear about some shaver who prefers cold water. You know, yeah, more power to you, pal. That's all right. Good deal. Everybody's got their peccadillos. Cold water. Had a good drive. It's not very, drove about 380 miles. I started in the morning. I slept in thinking I was going to be with my daughter today and tomorrow. That didn't turn out, and I'll tell you why. And so started in Woodburn at the TA truck stop and ended up here for the evening. So let's get this thing started so I can get to going. Honed on a conical. Almost all of the Sheffields that I have are honed to shave ready on the yellow conical, Belgian conical. And I'm almost positive everyone that I've honed is. And I've got several Sheffields and some, or in fact, I got something new coming in that's waiting for me when I get home that I'll show you. And so, so I know with certainty this one is honed up on a yellow conical. All right, so back to my daughter and the grandkids. On Monday was the drive from Brigham City to Boardman, Oregon, and talked to my daughter, and she said the school where the grandson goes, he's about 10 years old, had called and notified them that my grandson had been exposed to the COVID. Now I'll just tell you straight up, the whole thing is a fake-demic, scam-demic, and you can counter all you want to, but I'm not going to go into the details. There's plenty of info out there. All right, where am I at? And so he had to go get a test. I don't know if they're still using the PCR test, since the CDC said that they are totally unreliable based upon the cycles. Nonetheless, so there was that. We were going to wait to get together on Tuesday, whether or not they were going to take him Tuesday morning to do the test. The test came back negative, so we said, okay, we're going to get together. And the kids didn't come with us. They're old enough to stay at home. And so my daughter and I and her fiance went to a barbecue place in Vancouver, Washington. But they took me by their house. where I could at least see the grandkids and give them a little hug and kiss and all that. And then we went on our way, and they took me back to the truck stop that late afternoon, early evening. This was on Tuesday, I say, all with the understanding and notion that I would be coming back today on Saturday. It's been Saturday and Sunday with them. And so then yesterday, maybe day before yesterday, she called and said that the school had called and said that the granddaughter, now she's 13, 14, and she had been exposed and had to have a
Customer 74. Your shower is right.
negative test before they would let her go back to school, or so many days of quarantine, whatever. And her job, you know, if you've been exposed or have been exposed or exposed to someone who says they've been like the granddaughter and the grandson, she had to lay out of work for 2 days on the first instance with the grandson. Then now she's got to lay out of work another 2 days because of the alleged contact with the granddaughter was exposed to.
These coverings are required in this facility. Thank you for your understanding, and thank you for shopping at Lowe's.
And she's got to wait. All the facilities are backed up with appointments on people wanting or needing to get the tests done, and she can't get an appointment for almost 10 days out. And it seems kind of screwball to me. I understand that the CDC has revised their self-quarantine from 14 days down to 5 days. And so she'll be past that quarantine period before they can even get her in to get a test. So I don't know. So, you know, I'm, like I say, more than ambivalent, if not outright hostile to the whole fake-demic thing anyway. And, but my wife, you know, she's not as, let me put it this way, she's just a little more concerned than I am. And she said, don't you bring that home to me. So there's that. So we cut our day short. We cut our Saturday and Sunday, and when she told me all this morning, I said, yeah, we'll see you next time. It'll just be safer to, and more appeasing and accommodating to all parties involved. So I'm headed on. That's how we got here today. Yeah, I'm not much of an appeaser. But you also pick your battles too. I will say that my 48 hours worth of growth on my face is peeling off.
75. Your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 4.
I got something in my right eye that's causing my eye to twitch. Oops. Went in a little hot on that one. Well, that'll leave a nice little mark for a couple of days. Oh no. My screen test with Mr. DeMille is tomorrow. That was a joke. I will say there are a few of these Lowe's truck stops around the country that have a notorious reputation for having cold water. And I know 2 or 3 of them, and you try to avoid them. That's all you can do, because they don't listen. Every time you go back, well, I'll give them another try, you know. But I don't get over this way that often. And in 10 years, I think I've stayed at this Lowe's truck stop maybe 2-3 times. And that's it. What'd you all think of those pictures that I posted up on my last post? Wasn't that those pictures of the coastline and the hotel room that I stayed at? Well, I didn't show pictures of the hotel room, but the view out of it.
Customer 77, your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 6.
Now, my buddy's been trying to get me to bring my wife out here on a vacation, but we just don't ever take vacations. Part of it out of, well, I won't go into all that, but we're trying to make up for lost time. It's it's that simple. And speaking of lost time and what happens, I made passing reference a couple of weeks ago too. We got some really good financial news, and it all went through. It all happened, and so we're happy, very happy with that.
Attention drivers. You have completed fueling. Please pull forward or into designated parking so the driver behind you can fuel. Thanks for stopping at Long's, and have a great day.
I love how this tobacco is so thick and rich, lather. I'm going to take my time going home. I'm not going to do 10 and 11 hour driving days. I plan to drive about 8 hours or so tomorrow. Likelihood is I will be in Green River, Wyoming tomorrow night. That's the plan. in one of our safety meetings that we had a couple months ago, the president of our company, and we're not a real big company. We have maybe 300 or 400 drivers scattered around the Gulf Coast at different terminals. Houston is our largest terminal. He said that as long as viable, as long as possible, they were not going to enforce the vax mandate, because he knew, as we all did, that it was going to go before the Supreme Court, the OSHA aspect of it. And so that decision came down yesterday, that the vax mandate through OSHA on companies with 100 or more employees was unconstitutional. Now, the only thing is, as of right now, as far as I know, the only thing that's directly affecting me is dumbass Trudeau and his mandate on U.S. drivers coming into Canada. As long as that stands, I'll never go back to Canada. Well, despite the cold water, I'm having a pretty good shave. Don't let the blood fool you. Oh, here come the door knockers. I hear them down the hallway. Maybe they're knocking on doors where they know the occupant has already left. Yeah, that feels pretty good.
Customer,
Looks like we're doing all right on time, too.
your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 5.
I did buzz my head with the clippers tonight before I got in the shower. That water's so cold in that sink. They ought to be embarrassed to offer that to truck drivers. And it is being paid for by somebody. And I know this points reward program is paid for by the company. The company then either mandates or highly encourages the drivers to buy their diesel fuel at the Love's truck stops, which earns them rewards and points, and and which we are glad to do, because to the best of my knowledge, the closest one that has anything even like it is Flying J, and I don't like it. But I guess I haven't used it enough to really understand how it truly works, but it's not intuitive. Love's rewards program is intuitive. And once you hit a certain level of diesel purchase, 1,500 gallons or 1,000 gallons will get you to platinum status. 1,500 gallons will get you to diamond status. You get free refills, you can get free showers, and it's a good deal. But as a program that our company pays for us to participate in as drivers,
Customer 79, your shower is ready.
which in turn pays for the hot water. So why shouldn't I have an expectation that they keep their pumps working? When I say keep the pumps working, I meant the hot water heaters. I was being euphemistic. It wasn't a faux pas, it was a euphemistic usage. Yeah, we're coming right along. At 40 minutes, I think I might be real close at keeping it under an hour if I step it up a little bit. We just have a against the grain pass to go now. I am going to do a head shave off camera later, when I say later, when I have completed this. So my friend, I don't know if I've said this before. No, I couldn't have. But my friend, my high school buddy that went to go visit Lincoln City, that night, after the day after I did my shaving video from the hotel, we went to his mother's house, 93 years old. His dad passed away last year, 95 something years old. The guy that was the, I say guy, the gentleman that was the preacher of the church that we all went to back then, back in the 70s. And she was just lovely. She was, we carried on, had a nice conversation. She remembered me well, of course. And how could she not when my buddy talks about me? Not yet. Of course, my buddy, my high school buddy, he was the preacher's kid, right? And of course, we're all getting in trouble, and not bad trouble, not like as far as I know. Oh yeah, that feels real nice. She looked at me, the mother did, she looked at me and said, I got you a present, with a cute grin on her face. And I said, really? She said, it's over there. And she got me a piece of chocolate. they always come out with these announcements over the PA system. Drivers do this, drivers don't do that. Do you think they listen? Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, outcome. Oh yeah, let me get right on that. That felt good. Well, I was glad to get to see my daughter, even if only for a very few hours. Back on Tuesday, that happened. like I said, I think I'm having a real good shave, except for the blood. And the cold water.
Customer 80, your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 5.
That feels great. That feels absolutely great. Let's rinse it off and do the touch-ups and see how we turned out. Oh, forgot it. I forgot it again. That's all right.
Customer 80. Your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 5.
I got in here just before the rush hour, or the rush, I should say, maybe. And there were 5 out of 7 shower rooms open. Not yet. Is it that hard? Really? Is it that hard? Yeah, a little high. Got it a little bit high. It's up above the bottom of my ear, which is not where I normally like it to be. I like it to be a little lower. See, that's right at the bottom of my ear, and this one's up above a little bit. Yeah, I'll leave it there. It'll grow out. Okay, I think that's about it. We're at 1 hour and 1 minute. That's all right. It's all right. Thank you for staying with me. I understand that 1.25 speed is a good speed to run it at and still understand the dialogue, or monologue, if you prefer. So we use the Taylor Eyewitness, and I've said before in another video, I've got another one, a Taylor Eyewitness. It's not the Master Barber, but this company closed down in 1924, 1925, and the other one I've got is in mint condition. This one is just in near mint condition. It's got a couple of stains on it. The other one doesn't. So, beautiful razor. See, there's one of the little stains right there on the point. But it is a fabulous razor. And for the head shave, we're going to do the Union razor. I'll just show it to you. That was that. All right, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you for watching me. Go over to the Shaving Cadre and take a look at what they've got, see if you like it. And And if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you. And I'll say good night and see you down the road. Bye.